Let's dive into the most jaw-dropping, top-trending WWE news picks that are guaranteed to blow your mind, including Jey Uso wins the World Championship, Paul Heyman addresses extreme WWE Hall of Fame induction, top star rushed to the hospital, a WWE star finally breaks silence after seriously injuring top champion, Jade Cargill steals Bayley's WrestleMania 40 spotlight, Cody Rhodes is agreement with The Rock, Jey Uso sends a sad message to his brother Jimmy Uso, and more. First, Paul Heyman discusses his upcoming extreme WWE Hall of Fame induction. Paul Heyman recently spoke about his upcoming Hall of Fame induction. Heyman's legacy in the wrestling industry is well established, especially during his time as a promoter at ECW, where his savvy business acumen was evident. However, it was in WWE that many fans truly appreciated his talents, particularly as the advocate for Brock Lesnar, showcasing his exceptional mic skills. Throughout his career, Heyman has worn many hats and has been instrumental in shaping the careers of numerous wrestlers. His induction into the 2024 Hall of Fame, announced last week on Monday Night Raw, was a fitting tribute, especially with WrestleMania 40 set to take place in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the birthplace of ECW. In a recent interview with the Philadelphia Inquirer, Heyman shared his thoughts on the upcoming Hall of Fame induction. "I'm a native New Yorker, but I never think it would be appropriate for me to be inducted anywhere else besides Philadelphia." Heyman continued to say that ECW could have never happened in any other city, and with ECW, his HOF induction is destined to be extreme. ECW could never have happened in any other city, he said, and Paul Heyman in the Hall of Fame? Maybe, but with ECW, that's an induction that's destined to be extreme. Next up, CM Punk's important talk with Paul Heyman after his WWE Hall of Fame announcement. CM Punk must engage in a discussion with Paul Heyman following the announcement of Heyman's induction into the WWE Hall of Fame. Heyman's induction is scheduled during WrestleMania XL week, honoring his extensive contributions to wrestling. Since the announcement, fans have speculated about who would have the honor of inducting him. Former WWE Champion CM Punk shares a significant history with Heyman, forging a formidable partnership about a decade ago. Punk should convey to Heyman his pivotal role in his previous WWE success as a top star. The straight-edge superstar should then request that Heyman bestow upon him the honor of inducting him into the WWE Hall of Fame. Punk should initiate this conversation with Heyman before WWE decides on another individual for the induction. Next up, The Rock's daughter Ava and Shawn Michaels were concerned as a top star was rushed to the hospital. During this week's NXT Roadblock, Lyra Valkyria and Tatum Paxley challenged the Kabuki Warriors for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. Unfortunately, a miscommunication between Valkyria and Paxley led to the Kabuki Warriors retaining their title. After the match, as Valkyria was comforting Paxley, Roxanne Perez suddenly attacked. Perez executed the divorce court on the current NXT Women's Champion, and then slammed her into the turnbuckles. Subsequently, she trapped Valkyria's arm over the bottom rope and delivered a devastating double stomp, leaving the champion writhing in pain. Following the assault, Valkyria was stretchered out and transported in an ambulance. General Manager Ava and NXT head booker Shawn Michaels showed visible concern for the injured NXT Women's Champion. Perez's ruthless actions in recent months highlight her determination to claim the NXT Women's Championship. The aftermath has piqued WWE fans' curiosity about Valkyria's recovery duration and its impact on the NXT Women's division. Would you be interested in seeing a match between Lyra Valkyria and Roxanne Perez for the NXT Women's Championship? Share your thoughts below. A WWE star finally breaks silence after seriously injuring a top champion. WWE NXT talent Roxanne Perez unleashed a brutal assault on a top champion during NXT Roadblock, and she has since addressed the incident. Perez appears to have tapped into a more aggressive side of her personality following her unsuccessful attempts to regain the NXT Women's title. Despite her persistent efforts to claim the championship, Perez's patience seems to have worn thin after repeated setbacks. In recent weeks, Perez's demeanor has grown increasingly aggressive, as evidenced by her post-match attacks on opponents and involvement in backstage altercations. Her frustration peaked when Lash Legend received a sudden title opportunity against Lyra Valkyria due to Shotzi's injury. During WWE NXT, Perez unleashed her pent-up frustration on the NXT Women's Champion after Lyra Valkyria and Tatum Paxley endured a grueling match against the Kabuki Warriors. Seizing the moment, Perez ambushed them from behind and subjected Lyra to a vicious assault, even stomping on her hand, potentially causing injury. Following the incident, Lyra had to be transported to a local medical facility for evaluation. In response, Roxanne Perez broke her silence on social media, expressing satisfaction with the attack. Did something bad, but why does it feel so good? Based on tonight's attack, it seems that the rivalry between Perez and Lyra Valkyria is ongoing and far from resolved. What are your thoughts on Roxanne Perez's aggressive demeanor? Share your opinions. Next up, Jade Cargill steals Bayley's WrestleMania 40 spotlight. WrestleMania 40 in April is shaping up to be a monumental event for WWE, with big names like Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes in the lineup. However, one match drawing significant attention is the Women's Championship bout between Io Sky and Bayley. This matchup carries weight due to the history between the two wrestlers. Many predict Bayley will emerge victorious and seize her moment in the spotlight. Yet, there's a chance that 31-year-old superstar Jade Cargill could steal that spotlight. On a recent episode of WWE SmackDown, Cargill hinted at targeting Io Sky, sparking a social media feud between them. This sets the stage for a potential interference by Cargill in the Sky versus Bayley match at WrestleMania 40, potentially aiding Bayley's victory. However, such interference might not sit well with Bayley, as it would overshadow her triumph. Should Bayley capture the title, a rivalry between her and Jade Cargill could ensue, adding further intrigue to the WWE Universe's WrestleMania experience. Next up, Cody Rhodes' agreement with The Rock. Cody Rhodes has shared his agreement with a statement made by The Rock ahead of his appearance on this Friday's episode of SmackDown. Both Seth Rollins and Rhodes are set to appear on the show to respond to the Bloodline's challenge for a significant tag team match during Night 1 of WrestleMania 40. The American Nightmare initially challenged The Rock to a singles match, but The Rock countered this past Friday on SmackDown by proposing a tag team match, teaming up with Roman Reigns against Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes during Night 1 of WrestleMania. Responding to a fan who highlighted Rhodes' significant role in the popularity of wrestling today, the 38-year-old wrestler acknowledged and agreed with The Rock's observation that wrestling has regained its cool factor. I've been incredibly lucky, whether in the driver's seat, passenger seat, back seat, wherever on the journey. I knew when I walked into that first StarCast that the game was changing for all locker rooms. Rock isn't wrong when he says wrestling is cool again. It has been. Renaissance, he wrote. Next up, Jey Uso sends a sad message to his brother Jimmy Uso. Jey Uso had a clear message for his brother following his interference in Jey's match on WWE Raw last night. The live show took place in San Antonio, Texas, with Drew McIntyre facing Jey in the main event. Jey seemed to have control of the match until Solo Sikoa attempted to intervene. Cody Rhodes intervened and pursued the enforcer of the Bloodline through the crowd. However, Jimmy Uso's sudden appearance distracted his brother, allowing McIntyre to secure the pinfall victory with a Claymore. After the conclusion of the Red Brand's latest episode, WWE released a new Instagram video featuring the former Bloodline member. When asked if he had anything to say to his brother following the match, Jey responded with just 2 words: "Hito." After the match, Jimmy Uso moved to confront his brother, but Seth Rollins swiftly entered the ring to intervene. Nonetheless, McIntyre also delivered a devastating Claymore to the World Heavyweight Champion, setting the stage for their title match at WrestleMania 40. And lastly, Jey Uso wins the World Championship. Roman Reigns' reign as the undisputed WWE Universal Champion faces potential danger at WrestleMania XL. Meanwhile, fans have been closely observing the trajectory of a prominent star since his departure from the Bloodline. Last year, Jey Uso parted ways with the Bloodline and Friday Night SmackDown following WWE SummerSlam 2023. Subsequently, Jey Uso has been making his mark as a singles competitor on Raw, marking a significant shift after his partnership with Jimmy Uso, which was one of the most celebrated tag teams in the promotion. Moreover, the 38-year-old wrestler clinched the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship alongside Cody Rhodes at Fastlane 2023. Lately, fans have been reacting to Jey Uso's performances on Monday Night Raw. Despite experiencing several singles losses, main event Jey has been portrayed strongly on the brand, gradually winning over the audience and emerging as one of its prominent figures. It remains to be seen what the management has in store for him following his anticipated clash against Jimmy Uso at WrestleMania XL. Thank you for watching, subscribe for more wrestling content, and see you in the next video.